BRB, and for this edition of Terrific TV Toys, we're going to get even geekier than usual because we're going to get all Trekkie. And we're going to play that old Sesame Street game of one of these things does not belong here. Can you guess which one it is?
Who does not like Star Trek? I think we all love Star Trek, don't we? I love Star Trek. I've loved Star Trek since I was a teenager in the 80s, and my family discovered this wonderful thing called the VCR, and I could tape episodes of Star Trek on one of the independent stations in mid-Michigan where I grew up. It was like a whole new world. Okay, so we have got Bones, Dr. McCoy. We have got Mr. Spock. There he is in all his Vulcan glory. We have got, well, okay, it's Scotty. He's wearing the wrong shirt. We'll get to that in a minute. Okay, and then we've got the lovely Uhura. Look at Uhura. Put her right there. And then we got a little baby Klingon. What's any collection without a little baby Klingon? Okay, so we got 5 in my collection of Star Trek action figures. And one of these things does not belong here. Can you guess which one it is? Well, there's 4 boys and 1 girl. So maybe that's it. No, it's a good guess though. There's 4 humans and 1 alien. Well, okay, that's a pretty good guess. And that's actually closer. It's not it, but it's closer because there are 4 genuine Megos from the 1970s here, and there is 1 repro. Can you guess which one is the repro? Not original. Well, okay, it's the baby Klingon. Okay, we'll set him aside for a moment. The rest of the 4 are genuine Megos. These 3 I purchased from a used bookstore in Lansing, Michigan back in the, let me see, I was in college. It was the late 80s, and I paid $10 each for these 3. Wrong shirt on Scotty. I didn't realize it at the time. When I got it home, I thought it was Kirk, and I looked at the face, and I'm like, okay, that is Montgomery Scott. But that's okay. I'm still happy with my purchase. I felt like I got a really good deal because they're in pretty good shape. Let's take a look at Spock. Look at those beautiful pointy ears. The only thing about all 3 of these, they don't have their insignia on the shirt. They've got the trim on the sleeves showing their rank. They've got, of course, they've got their boots because what Mego did for these is they made the boot part of the leg, so little kids couldn't lose them. Now, these 3 were part of the initial release of Star Trek Megos. That was in 1974, and then a little while after that, Uhura was released as another officer. And then, of course, with these 3, you had the Kirk figure, and then you had the original Klingon in that original set of 5 in 1974. So let's take a look at Bones. I think this is a really good likeness. In fact, I think they did a pretty good job with the likenesses of all 3 of these. I think they're very close to the actors. Now, MegoMuseum.com, which is my authority on all things Mego, they make the point that Mego drew much from the animated series of the 1970s for Star Trek in making these figures. So it wasn't just the actors on the TV show that we all know and love from 1966 to 1968 or so, but it was also that animated series that ran. So yeah, we've got the Kirk, oops, he's got his, it was a little twisted there. So we've got the Kirk shirt on the Scotty, and then we've got a really good Bones and a really good Spockaroonie. Now the Uhura, I purchased from eBay when that wonderful thing called the internet came along because I just wanted an Uhura. My boys liked Uhura, and so I purchased her, I would say, it was late 90s, around about 2000 or so. Not in the best shape. She does have, well, actually this is not the original insignia. This is a reproduction of her insignia. And she did not come to me with the brown tights. She originally, Uhura came with brown tights and black boots. I think what I did get is this one black boot. This is what came with the figure. What I did is, and then also I think the seller of this particular piece had another pair of boots on her that was not black, but just to do in the meantime. What I did is I took a pair of boots from my Charlie's Angels collection that you'll see in another video, and actually I did a really heinous thing that you should never do. I painted them black to try to make the Uhura boots, but I don't know, I've just not got boots on her now. And then also I put little red panties on from another set of Dow clothes just because I felt I needed to. So that's the Uhura. Now the likeness here, oh my gosh, nothing like the lovely Nichelle Nichols. Nothing like her. I don't know what they were thinking. They just took a female head, I think, and they made it black. So it's horrifying. Sorry, Ms. Nichols, but nice that they made the figure anyways. The hair is just kind of, I mean, it's straight and it's poofy. It reminds me of the hair on my Catwoman Mego that you'll see in another video, but it's even poofier than that. It's very thick, but it also really is not like Uhura's hair. See, this was Uhura's hair. It was always, and she had a few different styles during the course of the show, but it was never just straight poofy like that. But I think when I bought this on eBay, they had included the tricorder, which came on all the Star Trek figures. They had a tricorder, a phaser, and a communicator. And I think with this, I had gotten the tricorder. It's somewhere in a box somewhere. I have no idea where. But yeah, that's Uhura. Now, my Klingon. Klingon does have his phaser. I guess, did the Klingons call them phasers? I don't know, something like that. And then his little communicator he's got on the side here. Now, I think this line of Star Trek reproductions of the Mego figures, they were done by MC/Diamond Select Toys. It was around about 2007, I believe, and I think they did an excellent job on all of them. I mean, they all look so much like the original. You really wouldn't be able to tell unless you were an expert if they were side by side. And this one is great. My sister-in-law bought this for me at the Motor City Comic Con a few years ago, and he's cool. I would love to get more of these. I think they're pretty well made, and they're Megos. And enough said on that. I love any and all Megos. So yeah, there they are.